What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel, or hello if you're new. My name is Mikey. So today I'm not uploading on my regular day. It is currently Tuesday, late afternoon. I haven't posted the last 2 weekends. I usually try to post on the weekends and I haven't. I've just been trying to find the energy and such, which is what I've been doing a lot of this summer. I have been working and not at a regular job. I don't have one of those yet. I tried. They didn't want me, so screw them. I have been reevaluating my life. I've been reevaluating the direction I want to go. I've been reevaluating how my senior year of high school is going to look, seeing as the first 5 weeks are online. And I was just like, I went into this summer going straight from quarantine to summer break, and I was going back to quarantine and online schooling. And I went into this and I'm like, there's no way we're going to be back in the building. Like the first weeks of school, there's no way. So I've been taking this opportunity to kind of reevaluate my life and kind of think about it and such, and kind of think about where I want to go and where I want to be. And that has really kind of just taken a toll, because, I was just like, I have to think about how I approach this. I'm going into my senior year of high school, and then it's off to college. I turn 18 in 4 months, give or take, and it's just like 3 and something months, like 3 3/4 of a month. I'm trying to be specific. A lot is going on. I'm almost a legal adult. My childhood is almost over, for lack of a better term. And it is crazy to know that this is where I am in life. So I've been trying to reevaluate. I've been trying to kind of figure out what I want with my life. I've got some endeavors going right now that I'm trying to work on, because I came up with something this summer and I was like, I could do this for the rest of my life and be completely satisfied and be completely happy. I mean, one of my biggest dreams in life is to make people smile, and oh my god, my best friend's gonna call me a complete and utter cinnamon roll if she watches this. Which she probably will. She watches quite a bit of my videos, but she's gonna call me an utter cinnamon roll. And sometimes I do deserve the title, but I want to make people happy. And for me, that kind of leads me to like what my biggest dream in life is, which is to create music. I've gotten through so many things, whether it was my first ever relationship with a boy, which was toxic, and one of these days when I've got enough footage and space on my phone, I will tell that story, and I'll have my best friend here too, because she's got so much input, it's not even funny. And we didn't even know each other. But whether it was my ex-boyfriend, whether it was starting my battle with anxiety and depression, whether it was, trying to get through a whole lot of crap that at my age I shouldn't have had to deal with, but because I am mentally so much older than my classmates, and honestly I hate saying that, but given the way they act and the way I think, and I'm not saying that like, oh my god, look at me, I'm so much older than you mentally, I'm better. No, honestly, if anything, it's a hindrance, because it means I can't connect with people my age better, because of the fact that I do think older. Mom was like, you need to take night classes in college, because that's where all the older people are and that's who you're going to get along with. And I was like, great. But back to the matter at hand. I've been reevaluating. I've been reevaluating what I want to do with my life. I thought when I made my This Is Me video, I was like, I'm going to be a nanny. And then I thought about it and I was like, I don't want to be a nanny. And it was just like, well, how about I take a gap year and I do an apprenticeship at a tattoo shop? And I was like, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that either. And it was just like, I don't know what I want to do. I don't know. And that's something that my high school has pushed on me since freshman year, is to have an idea of what you want to do. I had a darn near meltdown in French class one day because we were trying to have a conversation circle, which is what my French teacher did, to try to build up our skills, which I'm still not fluent. I took 4 years and I'm still not fluent. I'm trying. And I had a darn near meltdown because he was talking about colleges and like, would we move out? Would our parents pay for it? And I remember sitting and I had a junior next to me and I had a senior next to me, and I was the youngest grade in the class because we had sophomores, we had juniors, and we had one senior. And I nearly had a meltdown because it was just like I couldn't answer the question because I did not know. And the teacher kept pushing me. Mind you, he's been one of my favorite teachers to have because he genuinely cares about his students. But it was just like he kept pushing me. He was like, you have to say something other than je ne sais pas, which is, I don't know in French, for those of you who don't know that. And I had a darn near meltdown because it was just, I was like, you're pressuring me to answer a question and I can't answer this. And the senior was just like, are you okay? I'm like, no, I'm not fucking okay. Excuse my French. Like, I'm not okay. So I've been reevaluating this summer because it's just like, I can't put so much time and effort into thinking about my future. I can't, because whatever plan I make, it's going to go sideways. Like, that's what happens every time someone makes a plan, especially me. That's just what happens. It goes sideways. It goes out the window. So I can't afford to make a plan because if it's just going to go out the window. And yes, I can try to plan accordingly to that. Like, okay, if it goes sideways, we'll figure out something new. We'll burn that bridge when we get to it. But I can't afford it anymore. Mentally, emotionally, I cannot afford that stress. And I had a lot of stress put on me this past year because teachers placed a lot on me. I was tutoring my classmates in chemistry because I was one of the only ones who had any sort of clue what was going on, and half the time I didn't know. And I was leading my class in government because the other group mates, when we had group projects, would not step up. It had to be me. I was the one who had to call meetings. I was the one who had to set them up. I was the one who had to take notes. It was me. And I know that my teachers want someone to lead, but I can't do this anymore. I can't do the mental stress anymore. I can't. If I don't have someone working with me, I can't. When we had to do a second group project in government, I specifically said, I am not the captain on this one. She is. Talk to her. But my teacher did not get that. I had 4 meltdowns in his class. Like, I have never had a meltdown at school. Like, I've usually been able to keep it off until I get home. None of my other teachers have made me melt down except for this guy. And it's just like, I can't do this. I cannot be who you call on anymore. I can't be competent. I can't be the competent one. I can't. It is not, I'm not there. Like, I'm trying to focus on myself because that's what I need. I went out there and I put myself out there and got rejected by a guy who made me want to be better. He didn't make me feel like any of my exes had. He made me feel like I wanted to be better. I wanted to be better for him. I'm not usually a physically affectionate person except with my best friend, and he made me want to be. He made me want to put him first instead of my work that I do. This summer has been a whole lot. So I've started on a new endeavor. I'm trying to de-stress my life. I got started on my senior project when apparently that was optional to get started, and I started on it anyway because I didn't know, but it was just like I have a head start now, and I got all this stuff, and I'm gonna continue wishing to have my dream of being a singer and it's not for the fame and it's not for the money, because I'm not even sure what I would do with all that money. I go shopping, at most I'm gonna spend $20. I don't need a lot. I'm in the middle of purging my room because I've got so much of this other excess stuff that I don't need. And it's not for the fame and it's not for the money, it's for reaching out to people. That's why I started this channel, is to reach out to people. Gosh darn, I'm gonna have this channel for a whole darn year. I actually had this channel for like 2 months before I actually ever posted anything, and So it's going to be a year soon since my first post. Like, oh gosh, time flies when you're not having fun. But it's just, I want to make people smile, and I want to be able to reach people through my music. You know, I want to do for others what other artists have done for me. You know, I got into a really bad fight with a group of people my sophomore year, and I turned to 5 Seconds of Summer. You know, I turned to them because when I first heard of them in 2000 and something, I don't even know, it was like 12, 14, it was in that time frame. I was like 5th or 6th grade. I wasn't at a place in my life where I could understand and appreciate their music, and now looking back, I can understand everything they've ever done with their music because I'm at a place in my life and I've gone through too much crap to not understand. And so now I do, you know, and it's just like, thank you, you know? I want to do for them. I want to be a friend for somebody. I want to give somebody someone to turn to. I mean, at the end of the day, that's all I want. You know, I want to help bring people out of their isolation. You know, I've gone through so much between toxic relationships, whether they be platonic or romantic, and I've gone through too much to not do something with it. You know, and I'm not going to get emotional. That's a story for another day. That's something else entirely, but it's just, I want to do that. And I want to, and even if I never achieve my dream of being a singer, is it the end of the world? No. Is it disappointing? Well, yeah, it's disappointing. And if that's something that's meant to happen later on in life, then okay, I'll take what I can get. So I've just been trying to de-stress, and I've been trying to bring a smile to people's faces. You know, I texted Lucas Till because I wanted him to smile. I wanted to get a chuckle out of him. Have I gotten a response? No. Has it saddened me? Yes. I DM'd Ashton Irwin because I wanted to thank him for everything he and the rest of the guys have done for me. You know, I told a story that I have not told in years to people because it meant so much to me. You know, and I DM'd Gabby Hanna, and I know whoever watches this video may have some thoughts about her, but it's just because I understand where she's coming from. Because for the most part, there are some things where I'm never going to be able to relate to, hopefully. But it's just like, I can understand where she's coming from with her mental health. I get it. I just watched her 40-something long video, and it was just like, I understand. You know, I DM'd her because I was just like, you're a role model, you know? You've made me very proud because you've stood up and fought for yourself. And I know, like, she's a very controversial person. You know, some people are going to be like, oh my god, this is just for attention. And, oh my god, how could you like her? And it's just like, because I understand her. You know? I like her music. I've got like 2 or 3? 2 covers that I've done of her songs, of her music, up on my channel. It's just like, I get it. So I'm going to keep saying that. So I have been taking a look at my life. I've taken a look at the last year and what that has done for me. Because you know what? If I have 4 meltdowns in the same class, I really do need to take a look at my life. And now I can laugh at it. I can laugh at the fact that I had 4 meltdowns. And I can laugh at the fact that my government teacher is gonna be a constant factor. You know, I can laugh at that. I couldn't back then, but I can now, even though it's only been some months. I can laugh. You know, I can laugh at the fact that I have never felt more at home than when I was in a crowded arena dancing to 5 Seconds of Summer on the World War Joy tour. How many months ago? Like 11? 11 months ago. I can laugh at that. I can laugh at the fact that I have never felt so at home. I can laugh at the fact that 6 or 7 years ago, I would have never listened to their music, and I do now. And because it has given me something to want. I want to do what they do. I want to give someone a reason to smile. I want for someone to hear what I've done and created, and for them to say, she gets it. She understands what I'm going through, and I can never be more grateful. I'm so grateful for every single artist who has ever helped me, whether they know it or not. Would I love to let them all know? Yes, I would. I would just love to say thank you. So that's what I've been doing. I have been not holding back if I want to say something. I sassed my doctor the other day because I didn't want to be there. I've, over the past how many years, I've learned not to be apologetic. And I'm going to continue doing that because you know what? That feels pretty stinking good to not be apologetic. And I'm de-stressing because I don't need that. I can't afford that. Someone else, honestly, my best friend has enough stress for the both of us, so I'll leave her to have it. It's just like, I'm getting better. I am working on getting my driver's license, finally. I finished my driver's ed, so now I'm gotta do my in-car, and then I'm gonna schedule my exam. I'm working on an endeavor that 10-year-old me would have never thought I'd do. I'm making connections, and I'm doing YouTube, and I haven't kept the best schedule. I'm the first person to be aware of that. I feel guilty every time I don't post on a weekend, but it's just because I do have the channel, I do see the toxicity of YouTube. I see it. And it's just, and I watch some of the drama channels, and I watch some of the tea spilling channels, because it's just like, am I going to buy into it? No. Am I going to take it with a grain of salt? Heck yeah. But if it keeps me informed of what is going on, so that, if I run into something, I'm like, okay, let me do some more research before I try anything. I've kept myself out of drama. And that's not only because I'm a very small channel, but it's because it is not worth it to me. I only mentioned Gabby Hanna because I've watched her for years. Have I subscribed? Nope. Shh, don't tell her. But it's because I have watched her for years. I'm a fan of her music. I'm a fan of her content. Her story times are funny. Like, when I need a good laugh, that's what I turn to, is her story times. So that I will say something on, because the way she's been treated is horrible. And you can completely disregard that if you want to. You completely disregard what I say. But I have seen firsthand the toxicity just by seeing the videos that come up in my feed and seeing what people post and when they post. I pay attention. Do I pay attention a whole lot? No, because it's not worth my time. I post covers and I try to be comedic because I'm hoping to get a chuckle out of some of you. That's what I want. I want to get a chuckle. Like, if I can get even one chuckle, that will have made my day. I had a conversation in the comments of my story time video because someone was confused, and I was like, you know what, if I can get you to explain to me why you think I'm telling a lie, and then if I can help your confusion when it ultimately turned out that way, I'll do it. A lot of the comments are me, and on my videos are me having a conversation with the people who comment, because it's just like, whether they're complimenting my voice or, you're telling me that my joke wasn't funny. Well, at the end of the day, I don't care. I don't care if you don't think my joke was funny, because at the end of the day, there's going to be someone else who probably would appreciate the joke. That's what I aim to do. I aim to make people laugh. On my Instagram posts, I use song lyrics. I'm telling a story, and if I can get someone to laugh in any sort of fashion, I'm going to do it. I made a friend this last week, and it felt good. And he was like, "You're so funny." And I was like, thank you. I was mentally bowing because I was like, score! I got someone to laugh. So I have been thinking. I have been thinking about the amount of stress I'm willing to take on, And if my and mom and dad were just like, they are pushing you. They are trying to push you to your limits and see what it will take for you to say no. And I'm like, well, I don't exactly like that, because at the end of the day, that's just doing a number on me. So I have been looking and searching, and I'm happy with where I am, you know. I got rejected by a boy, but at the end of the day, it's just like, how long would that relationship have lasted between us? You know, I'm focusing on the fact that my older brother has gone to college and he calls me almost every day. You know, I'm focusing on the fact that my best friend starts college in a few days. I'm focusing on the fact that I start senior year in a few days, and I'm scared as all heck to see all my teachers. My math teacher was over here the other day for a fundraiser, and he had the nerve to tell me I couldn't attend class in bed, and I was just like, watch me. I will attend class in bed, and you're not gonna know. Like, you've never seen my bedroom, so you're not gonna know if I'm in bed or not, unless I make it like blaringly obvious. Anyway, so that's what I've been doing, and that's why I haven't been keeping a great schedule when it comes to posting. Oh, I dyed my hair too, by the way. No, I'm not having a mental breakdown. I was like, I need a new color. So there you go. I have posted. I have been talking about my life. I have been explaining. I'm happy. I see a therapist. I'm on antidepressants. I'm happy. You know, I'm watching old TV shows that I haven't seen in years. Right now I'm watching one from like the 80s or 90s, I think. I think it's the 80s. I'm happy, and nothing is going to take that away from me. My teachers, not my classmates, not anything going on in my personal life. I'm happy. You know, I'm following something that makes me happy to do as a job. I'm working on an endeavor involving that, which is going to be, I can feel it. It's going to be something great. You know, I'm at the point in my life where it's just like, I'm going to do what I'm going to do. And if that means I don't go to college for a hot minute, then I'm not going to go to college for a hot minute. I'm going to work on what makes me happy. Plus, I'm going to once again try to get an actual job. I'm still upset about that. I'm not as upset as I once was, but it's just because my best friend's in the same boat, so. That's what happens when you have no experience other than being a high schooler. Lovely. So, leave a like, leave a comment if you want. Won't matter to me. Subscribe. You know, subscribe. Show me some love. Okay, it's been 1 year. Like, a little bit of love, please. And I will do my darndest to see you all next week. Bye, guys.